Fans, facts, and feelings. Fans, facts, and feelings. Hey. Fans, facts, and feelings. I said fans, facts, and feelings. Fans, facts, and feelings.
Okay, okay, we in there. Let's do it, baby.
Fans, facts, and feelings. Fans, facts, and feelings. What's happening, Brody? You know how we do. You know it's been a long time. Like you said, back like we never left.
Yeah, man. And you know what? I feel good. I feel good about where we headed. I feel good about where we've been. I feel good, man. I'm so glad and thankful that that we get to do this every week because you know what I mean. We got it on wax.
Wax. Hey, wax rhymes with facts, dog, bros.
Yes, yes, and that's what we spitting. That's what we spitting,
Hey,
and it's very provable right now. That's what we spitting is the
and
facts. Let's
look,
keep it going.
within the credibility though, we got to address where I was in my feelings and I was wrong, and I want to talk about that. We'll get to that, but that's just off the dribble. Let's just
Right,
keep that a
right.
buck too. Like I love accountability in all ways.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I feel like you know, I feel like you kind of lightweight. After y'all got taken care of, like I feel like you wasn't really supporting the Cougs like you should have, man.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you wasn't
Okay.
supporting the Cougs like you should have, man.
Well,
I
look.
mean, once the caps was out, I mean, I feel like you should have been with us.
Uh, Listen, I didn't know the impact of your Cougar defense. I mean, I did, but I didn't know it per physicality per matchup until the Tennessee matchup. But again, before we get into that, we start now.
Your
Let's
loyalties was with the SEC. That's what we need to. Unless we go ahead and go there, your loyalties were with the SEC, not where you lay your head. But that's okay. That's okay. I understand. I understand. You grew up
I've
in
been in
it.
my feelings. I've been in my feelings.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, but the SEC, they did what they're supposed to do. They held it down. They proved them right. We talked about it the last episode. We talked about it the first. Like, I mean, we can just go ahead and say that the SEC did their thing.
10
Never,
toes
any
down.
point in time, did they waver or let the fans or the committee down? They showed, but in the
Absolutely.
same way, in the same vein, the same four teams that have been dominant all season are the ones that still remain.
Committee was on point, bro. We talked about that from the beginning, like you said, to piggyback you. The committee got it right. Like right. I mean, SEC right. They got it seed right. I mean, they did a great job, man. As a fan and as a viewer and just somebody that's critical year after year on how they get it right and wrong, this and that, they got it 100% perfect this year, literally.
I
You
mean,
know,
there was a couple of slip ups, couple of upsets, but for the most part, the tournament was chalk, and that means that that committee did what they were supposed to do. They did it right. I mean,
absolutely.
but like I said, when the 1 through 4, when the have the record that they had and had showed the dominance that they did all season. I
Just
mean, you got
pure
the number
dominance.
one team in the number one team in the nation has the most amount of losses out of teams in the Final Four, and that's 5.
It's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I mean, I think 2008 we had North Carolina, we had Kansas, UCLA, and Memphis in San
And guess
Antonio.
where it was?
In San Antonio.
In San Antonio.
I
Right.
mean, so I just think the 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 whole omen, like how that's taking place again, same place that nostalgia is priceless. And as a college basketball fan and someone that loves parody and you know being everything played out the way it did within everything, and so it is what it is. I'm enjoyed this Final Four weekend. It's been great basketball, great atmosphere as far as like the tournament goes, bro. And again, let's go as we talk about that. Let's stay grounded in H Town because
No,
it's
no, no,
about.
no, 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 no. We gotta go back. We gotta talk about them cats, man. We gotta talk about them cats. You got Pope behind you. You
I,
in the UK, draped in blue as always. Respect for you staying true, but we gotta talk about them cats, man. What happened, bro?
Wanye. You know who Wanye is for?
From Boys to Men.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's so hard to say goodbye. Yeah, I'm Wanye right now.
My mama bird.
Hey, bro, it's so
Cats.
hard to say goodbye. Hey, we had seniors. They came, they saw, they conquered, but they got they got voluntarily out of there, and again, get off the
Voluntarily.
voluntarily out of the Sweet 16. I mean, bro, my whole thing is as a fan and as someone that supports, we lost our best player. All that the magical year Mark Pope brought us. That's why I got him behind me, bro, because his arms is up. Look at that enthusiasm. Look at the guy that gets it. It's a guy that gets it. So I'm not upset about losing. I'm upset about how we lost. Like that's really it. You know, the guy that I said that could go up in NBA scouting preference as far as playing well in the tournament just went from late first round to early second to back to the last of the second round with Kobe Bryant. 5 points, your last game on the big stage is very disappointing. But I like Kobe Bryant still. I know it happens. I know tournament things happen like that. But again, as I'm saying that, I want to switch gears back to the theme of this fans, facts, and feelings. My guy Satch said, "Y'all gonna have to hit 50% again. You did it twice. Are you gonna be able to do it? It's gonna be tough to do it again. You was right,
What was the
and we did,
percentage?
and
What
that's what
percentage was
happened.
shot? What percentage was shot?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't
I
know,
know
and
what
I
it
don't want.
wasn't.
It wasn't fifty
I know what it
percent.
wasn't. 150%.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what was 50% their play in the first half. That was the only thing that was freaking 50. Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to stop
Yeah,
cussing,
yeah.
so you heard me saying freaking, man.
I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear you.
Again, bro, that was leave your Gatorade and your ball and your warm up in the locker room type of joint. Like, come on, don't get out.
Mm-hmm.
Look. If you're getting out played, it's one thing, but if you're getting out hustled and out physical and out dunk, like they didn't look like they played loose, and
And then,
so,
yeah, yeah.
but I mean, that's all I have to say about my Cats as far as the loss. Moving forward, I'm gonna keep it short and simple. The recruiting class looks phenomenal. We have a
Mm-hmm.
few Kentucky kids coming back. I hope Owe comes back. Our leading guy that had a double figures in every game except but like one the whole year. That's very consistent, and that's something that can lead our team. You know what I mean? Like a
Mm-hmm.
strong, nice guard. So if he comes back, and if we get the Garrison kid to come back from Oklahoma State, the McDonald's All American, I think we'll have a solid foundation, and we're gonna grab some transfer portal guys. If they can be more athletic defensively and shoot the ball just as decent as this team did this year, I think we got a chance to make some noise, and I look forward to, the Cats doing better this year. Sweet 16 or better. I don't expect for them to lay an egg like they did, but again, proud of the Cats, and like I said, I'm proud. Mark Pope, Hope and Pope era is all in me, and BBN to the end, man. So that's the chapter on the Cats as far as fans, facts, and feelings.
BBN or BBL?
Man, there you go, disrespecting. Don't. All right. So listen. So
I thought it was an L.
they BBL took a L. Okay,
Took
I get
the
that.
L.
Oh, yeah, Big Blue loss. Yeah, that was awful. That
Yeah.
was awful. But it's cool. It's
Hey,
cool.
let it fight another year.
Straight up, straight
And
up. But look,
I do feel like you always can count on Kentucky to come back competitive. I don't know a Kentucky team that's not going to come back competitive. So
oh, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Speaking of competing, we do have a team that is still competing, and that is Go Cougs. Uh, they handle their business, man. Like I told you they would. I told you they would.
Hey,
And I feel like he was lightweight hating a little bit. Um,
I
'Cause
listen,
the
listen.
business.
If we can remember, I said they was gonna get through Purdue and it wasn't gonna be no worries, but it was a worry.
I told you I wasn't worried.
No. Y'all won on the last second shot. Don't you tell me you wasn't
I
worried.
told you I wasn't worried, didn't I?
Well, you better be worried this week. I'm in my
Hey, we gonna get to
Hulkamania.
that. Hey. We trying to recap, man. Don't try to fast
All
forward
right.
because
I'm
y'all
just saying.
lost.
All right,
'Cause
all
y'all
right.
lost. You trying to fast forward because y'all lost. Let's live in the moment, man. Live in the moment.
I can. Can I deflect? Can I deflect? Let me
Nah,
deflect.
nah. Y'all should have been deflected last weekend.
Yeah, man. Deflect and reflect. All that good stuff.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, man. Nah, that was it. That was a good game by Purdue, the Boilermakers.
Yeah, it
But at
was.
the end, you know,
It was
coaching came
gritty.
coaching came through. That's what I got to say.
Culture came through. Listen,
Coaching, coaching,
culture.
coaching.
I'm gonna say
Yes,
no. I'm gonna say culture came through. That's me. You
that
say
did happen.
coaching.
That did
I
happen.
say culture. Elaborate on the culture.
The last play of the game, that inbound play, Samson knew what was going on. They already knew they was gonna run that play, bro. Did you notice that Purdue wasn't guarding the inbounder? They didn't guard the inbounder, and so they were playing with that, and they intercepted a pass earlier, and so Samson had every reason to try to change up what he was doing. Well, nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait
Right,
until it matters.
right.
And when it mattered, boom. It was like, it was no way. There was no way that Purdue could stop it because the guy that was supposed to guard him was all the way down to the 3 point line.
Yeah.
Because they doubled. They were trying to double instead of guarding the inbounder. So did you
It,
see how he switched it up? Who was inbounding the ball? Everything. It was coaching, man. Just got our coach. At the end of the
it,
game.
I like the breakdown, Coach Sachs. I like it. Um, yeah. He called a play. It again. You're talking about one play, but you're saying you
One
wasn't
play.
worried. It took that one play.
One play. Because I knew that when it came, if it ever came down to the clutch, that we were gonna win. We was gonna pull it off. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wasn't worried.
Got you.
That's why I wasn't worried. I mean, you know, in the for most teams in the tournament, you're gonna have at least one game where it's gonna come down to the wire.
For sure. Yeah, you got to be battle tested. You have to. And March Madness is that's what it's all about. It's two great teams going at it, and it's all or nothing. So yes, you're right. But the Cougs, yeah, and what you said, coaching wise, I agree with you. Once you broke it down, thanks for the breakdown. But I'm gonna go with culture because that culture and just grinding and just being tough. I mean, dog, I didn't know, and I don't know if you knew this, but your team averages like darn near like 5 minutes to the mile. Did you know that? They
Nah.
average like 5 minutes and like 40 something seconds as a team to run a mile, bro. When I
Yeah.
ran a mile, when
That's
I ran
something,
a
man.
mile, when I ran a mile at 40 something under 10 minutes, I thought I was the GOAT.
Because that's part of what they do, man. Is that they always on. They just wear you out, and they lean on you, and they. It's like George Foreman, bro. Rest his soul. It just they just lean on you for the whole game, and then once you look up, it's the end of the game, and you battered, and you bruised, and you beat up, and you tired, and they looking in your face, and they slap the floor, and they saying they shaking their head, and they ready to go because they run that 5 minute mile. That's it, bro.
I like that energy. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
So with that said, brother, I need y'all to come with the energy to beat these Dukies. Do
So
you understand?
what I'm gonna tell you is we're gonna hold Duke to the fewest amount of points that they scored all season.
Hey, let's do a little wager on that on the side.
How many points what's let me look at to see
I
what
don't know. Look it up, stat guy. Look it up,
I'm
stat
gonna look
guy.
it up.
Because
I'm gonna look it
listen,
up. I'm gonna look it up.
look as you're looking it up, I want to talk about the matchup between those two. Because listen, you said that Duke looked like the team that was for real. And me and my feelings didn't want to believe it. I said Alabama was going to beat them. Alabama laid a freaking egg because Nate Oates doesn't teach decent defensive principles. I watch them; they're awful, and they've been awful the last 3 years. Like they just run. He's the Dan Tony of freaking college basketball. Do you hear me? The Dan Tony. He just wants to run the
Mm-hmm.
freaking score up, score a bunch of points, and don't give a rat's tail about defense.
63.
63 is the lowest they scored all year.
Against Wake Forest.
They'll score that
You know win.
within within 10 minutes of the.
What you say? You said they'll score that in
They'll
10
score
minutes.
that within 10 minutes of the second half.
Nah, player. No.
63. They will have 63 points with 10 minutes left in that second half. I guarantee you that. You're out of your
Okay.
mind.
Okay. Okay. We'll see.
Well, that's yet to remain. But again, let's focus on you talking about Duke being great, and you said that.
Yeah.
You told me when I said they were vulnerable, and I said that they were in a matchup of physicality and not playing against a tough team and to be tournament tested. You said, "What if they just the best team?" What? And I agree. I got that, but now I'm with you. Now I'm with you, bro. I'm not going against Houston. I'm just telling you. When I watch Duke, when you got kids that are shooting 60% from three and 60% from the field goal, which is the Tyrese Proctor kid, when you got Cooper Flag out there just looking like a Carmelo Anthony Davis type of season where he wants to be the first pick. Well, Carmelo wasn't the first pick, Anthony Davis was. But just being that freshman that just dominates. I mean, dude, they got the team, they got the depth, they got the size.
I do.
I
I do.
I, I don't want Duke to
I'm
win.
gonna put Tugler on flag.
I still hate Leitner. I don't want Duke to win, bro. I can't stand Duke.
So I'm gonna tell you, man. If you want to say like who's got the better team, the most talented team, like it's Duke. It's Duke.
Straight up.
It's Duke. If the Cougs win, it will be a huge upset. It will be considered an upset. I think they got it in them,
Right.
but it's not likely. But I will tell you that I do feel like it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a battle, and it's not gonna be no runaway. Duke running away. Duke is gonna feel something they haven't felt all season,
I
and,
hope you're
and it's
right.
gonna, and it's gonna affect them. And I think that they have enough talent that they'll emerge in the end. I do think the Cougs will fall short, but it's going to affect them. And I feel like the Cougs got a chance. They do. They do. I wouldn't just think that it's going to be a runaway. Not at all. That's facts. I'm not telling. That's no feelings involved. I mean, my feelings say, yeah, I want the Cougs to win, but my head, everything shows that. To me, I feel like Duke should win, and but
Be-
they're gonna have to earn it.
I get you. I'm with you. They gonna have Duke's not gonna beat themselves.
Duke's not gonna beat themselves. And like I said, I put Tugler on the rookie on flag. That's gonna be hard for him. He ain't never seen nothing like that before. Maybe the best defensive player in the NCAA right now. Like it's gonna be tough.
He won the
It's
defensive
gonna be
player of the
tough.
year in the Big 12. But the guys for Duke, bro, they 6'6" and up every position almost. And
Hmm.
even though y'all have grit and grind, they have size. And
Yeah,
if
they
they
have
can hit,
size. They're the
if they,
biggest team by far.
yeah, if they can,
They're the number one. They're the number one biggest team, and we're like number 224
yeah.
as far as size. Yes, I
But
mean yeah, we.
with that said, I'm gonna tell you on my predictions per this, Roberts got to show up and show out, and I don't care. It's not necessarily with
Again,
points; it's with effort, leadership, defense. Roberts got to come and be the dog. If he's
he
not a
got to show.
junkyard dog, and if he's not performing well, I don't think y'all come out
He has to.
victorious.
He has to perform well offensively. We have to play this inside out, and I think that's the way to beat him. I seen Duke kind of struggle versus that when people come try to play them inside out. Those big men are good, but it's tough. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Them boys, they got dogs in there. Man, them the dogs. They dogs. They are. They are. But I think if you're gonna beat them, that's how you're gonna have to beat them, inside out. And Robertson has to come in and score. He's gotta make it hard on those guys. And once that happens,
I got a
we
shot.
can make some other things happen. Yeah, because we're gonna bust them threes.
Well, again, bro, that side of the bracket is done. Houston, Duke. We got our predictions in. It's going to be a great game. Let's shift gears on over to the other side and what happened before the Final Four. I can take the lead with this and say Cal folded against Tech and Tech folded against Florida.
And, yeah, yep.
I mean,
And I called that tech. I called that tech, didn't I?
you did.
Yep.
You
Called
did.
that
You
tech.
did, bro. So, again, that was a game where 4 minutes and 21 seconds, I want to say, Cal and the Arkansas Razorbacks did not score. 12-0, 12-2 run, and they just folded, lost in overtime. It's just bad. It's a typical Cal loss in March.
It was worth staying up for. Yeah, I stayed up for it
It
that
was
night.
straight up. And then the following day or two, Texas Tech is up 12-10 against Florida late. And boy, did I it was a point in time where I said to myself, Texas Tech is gonna just give it away to the team they're gonna play in the either elite the Final Four or a championship. They're not a championship team. They're not gonna win it. They're a good team. I was like, Florida is just messing up everybody's bracket and they're done. And I felt that. But JT Tobin is a pro's pro. I like him. I like him. I like him. And I, he separated himself. The Williams kid that hit big shots, the little hybrid, little power forward, he was good for Tech. But the Hawkins kid, he's too short and too small for those guards, and he couldn't do what he's did all year. But it's not about Texas Tech. It's about Walton Clayton Jr. and it's about Thomas Hall. Like number 10 got offensive rebound after offensive rebound, and then he hit two big threes. He's on NBA radars right now. He has to be. He's on mine. He's on B rights. Uh,
He's not.
and again, Walter Clayton Jr. to throw my scouting cap on, he's a Fred Van Fleet Jr. with a little bit more size, heart,
Yeah.
grit. hits big shots, but nice little off guard. He's not your dominant guard in the NBA. He's the
Right.
guy that can play off guard. Maybe the Kaysen role in OKC, my guy from Kentucky, how he comes in and plays off Shea Gilchrist Alexander. That can, I'm just excited about that Florida team and what they can do. And I, with that said, Auburn coming in.
Good. Hey, nice man. And,
You,
and, and these two teams only played each other once, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. They only played each other once this year.
but let's go back to that. You 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 said that Michigan State was gonna win.
I did. I did. I did. I did. And they could have.
Uh,
But they,
ma- H. First of all, shout out to Johnny Broom, aka Willis Reed.
I thought Izzo was gonna have him ready for his 30th season, get him to the Final Four. Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
If you remember from the first, I was like, when I was picking, I was like, it can't be chalk, so I'm gonna pick Michigan State,
Right.
and it ended up being chalk.
But
So yeah,
they were in there though. Elite Eight, scrapping. But again,
yeah,
hey, Satch, what I say?
hmm
23, 22 years old average, 25-year-old starter, player of the
yeah.
year. There, hey, that's a G League team, bro. Stop playing, bro.
Okay.
It's a G League team. They got a lot of experience. They're old men. Their coach is gritty. You gonna have to beat that team.
So with that being said, they get the win versus Florida.
Bro, depends. Johnny Bro banged himself up a lot. I don't know if you saw him and what his ankle and his
Yeah,
arm.
yeah, yeah.
It was ugly.
He's good though. I think he's gonna play. I think he's good. Sound like it.
Worth a rest. He should be fine. But it's all about
I
which
mean, you're not gonna
smarts
not
play
play in the
better.
Final Four, right? You got anything in you, you gonna play. Yeah.
You gonna play.
So we'll see.
With that said, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Florida because of their four guards, four wings. Auburn has three or four wing guys, but I just feel like they're less consistent than the Florida guys.
Mm.
And I think that Florida's inside and interior is good enough to keep Johnny from like going crazy on the boards and going crazy with pay points. So that's going to be the difference: the size and the depth of Florida to beat Auburn. What you
I
say?
mean, yeah. I can't. I mean, so I picked Florida to make it through. I mean, so I got to stick with it. I guess
Straight
I
up.
picked them to make it. I thought it was gonna be Michigan State that they faced, but it's Auburn. But I'm gonna stick with them, man. I'm gonna stick with them. I like the way that the backcourt played. They were nice.
Right.
But Auburn, man, they've been coming up big. I
They
gotta give it to
tough.
them.
They tough.
Last
Hey,
time they played, last time they played, Florida won by 9
at Auburn.
at Auburn.
I know.
At Auburn.
Listen. But I told you at the beginning of the first segment that we was gonna see Bruce Pearl's shirt come off. It hasn't came off yet,
You come off yet?
but his nipples are hard. Listen, man, I'm telling you, bro. Look, I, SEC is gonna represent one side, okay,
Regardless.
and and a tough, gritty Duke Houston game is gonna represent another. All right. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just I'm tell me what you predict and what's gonna happen in the national championship per facts, per feelings.
So I predict that one of these great coaches is going to win their first NCAA championship.
Great as in what? Experience? Great as
One
in
of them. No, just great coaches. One of these coaches going to win their first NCAA championship.
and become great.
All right, they may already be great. You got two of them that's already great, and you got two of them that's trying to get to greatness, achieve that status.
With that
And I
said,
mean,
with that said, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the safe bet and go with the great coaches, man. You just made a great point. I'm gonna go with the Bruce Pearl, Calvin Sampson dog fight, hog fight,
Kelvin, don't mess his name up.
Calvin,
Kelvin,
Kelvin. Excuse me, Mister
thank you.
Kelvin. I
Kelvin.
don't
He don't
trust
play
no.
by his name.
I don't trust
He don't
no
play
dudes
by his
named.
name, man. You don't
I
trust no
don't.
what?
I don't trust no dudes named Kelvin, bro. You either Calvin, Dalvin, Kelvin. No,
Kelvin, man.
I
Kelvin.
even like. Hey, I even like a Shelvin. I'll take a Shelvin, aka shout out to my boy Shelvin Mack.
Nah,
Hey, no, Shelvin Mack
I
might be
take
on the
Kelvin over
show picks.
Shelvin any day.
Excuse me.
Kelvin over Shelvin any day.
No, Shelvin Mack was a boy, and don't disrespect the Kentucky boy. We just hush, shh, don't do that, because he's gonna be on the show, and he might be on the show, so don't do that. All right, but nah, it's
I'm not
all good.
disrespecting him. I just said I take Kelvin over him. That's all I'm
All right,
saying.
we'll deal with that when the day comes. But
Okay.
I'm telling you, bro, I'm in my feelings and saying there's gonna be a Houston Auburn matchup, but
Auburn.
my facts say
I take
Florida.
that. I would take that.
But
But the
my
facts
facts,
say
but my facts say Florida Duke.
that's what it has in my bracket. In my bracket, it's Florida Duke. So, and I feel like they've been the best four teams since day one. And they proved that. And
Right.
I'm looking forward to seeing them battle it out because this whole time I can't tell you that at any point that I felt like one was better than the other three, like
Straight
clearly
up.
better than the other three. And so that's why this Final Four is one of the most intriguing ones that we've ever had, if you ask me.
Speaking of that, let me ask you a question. With Cooper Flag doing what he's doing this year and gonna be the probably the unanimous number 1 pick,
Hmm.
okay, I think he's player of the year, maybe, or just in the candidacy for it. Or did he win it?
He's in the cast for it. He's on the short list.
The short list. So if he wins
Hmm.
it and he wins player of the year and he goes number 1 pick, who is he the best freshman college season one and done phenomenon that you've ever seen?
Not
Or
if he don't win a championship. If he don't win a championship, you can't say that.
I understand that. I'm saying if he does win,
He wins the championship.
he goes number 1 pick.
That what you said? If he wins the championship and he's the number one pick, is that what you're saying?
Yes,
If he win a championship, he got a case.
he got a case.
He got a case versus Melo or Anthony Davis. He got a champion. He got a case. I still give it to Melo. It's
I
an
like.
argument though. It's an argument. I like Melo though.
First of all, though, I just want to tell you that as far as B right goes, is being able to go back and forth and talk to a fellow like sports head or analysis, bro. For you to already have Carmelo and AD in your bag is impressive.
Oh,
It's
I
impressive.
mean, who else would it be?
Well, I'm just saying, no, because a
Okay.
lot of people wouldn't have knew literally those two as the argument because I saw that going around today on social media about Flag having the best season, and there was some Carmelo people just like saying, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." Carmelo didn't have nothing and came out and went crazy and like won the MVP of the tournament and like he had a dominant year. And so I said, whoa, 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 whoa. There's a guy named Anthony Edward Davis the third. I don't know if that's his name. I'm being crazy, it's being silly, but that kid was
Right.
the,
Right.
the he was the player of the year overall. He was a
Mm-hmm.
champion and the MVP of the championship, and he was the number one pick. And he went to the Olympics and won a gold medal with my Gillo voice. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
That boy is the
I
best
think
freshman that ever had a decorated season by far. And it ain't got nothing to do with who's behind my back and who's on my hat. You just got to keep it 100. He had a hat trick and a gold medal. So stop playing and quit disrespecting AD and put Carmelo and Flag if he wins in A and B. I mean B and C. Because you ain't gonna get better than what Andy Davis did in 1 year, bro. Like stop playing.
I think I think part of it was people. I think people diminish his accomplishments because of it was expected, so to speak. People were expecting a lot from him, and he had some help. It wasn't like he was just out there by himself. And I think that has a lot to do with why people don't give him the credit he deserves for that freshman season. Because I mean, it wasn't just him. Melo, if he wasn't on that team, come on.
I get it. I'm with you. I'm
I
with you.
think that's why. I just think that's why. I think the people expected a lot from AD already, and then he has some support.
Great support. I get that, so I'm with that. But at the end of the day, Hakeem Warwick wasn't no pushover. Little Jerry McNamara wasn't no pushover. Uh, and Carmelo propelled them. So I would say he was probably better than Flag per what Flag had there. But Flag has been, if you take Flag away from
Oh,
that team,
Flag got
hey,
his whole team he loaded. He's a loaded team.
that team might have been just as loaded, but they weren't better than that Kentucky team, though.
Right.
Flag has carried Duke more than Davis and then per Anthony, I would say. Maybe not Anthony in the tournament, but all year. Because Anthony was good in a regular year, but the tournament he was just different. He just went nuts. He just propelled them.
He grew up.
He grew up,
Yeah.
but nah, that's just a little side little debate that we just could bring to the table as far as just putting our input on that because that's been something that's been going around that's been very debatable, and I like the argument on all ends. But again,
Yeah.
when you think about the totality of the award winning from Davis, even though he did was expected and was good, he still showed up and showed out despite
Yeah.
and did well in the Olympics and all that stuff. So I mean again that's a lot to withhold as far as having a decorated season. But Cooper Flag, man, he's a whole dog. I compare him to Jason Tatum with a little bit more
Yes.
athleticism.
Tatum.
Like
Yep. Tatum.
yeah, I think he got Tatum type game, and he's gonna make
He's
a team
young.
great.
He's young, man.
Young man,
Mm-hmm.
he's a dog. So I hate Duke though. I hate Duke for the record though. I mean, I don't hate the people that root for him. I just hate what they did to my team. I still hate Leitner. He stepped on Timberlake's stomach. He should have been kicked out of the freaking game. So that's just my take. That's my feelings. I'm in my feelings. So that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah, I talked to some. I had a meeting with some guys from Utah today, matter of fact, and they were excited. They were like, "Oh yeah, I feel like we're gonna get Cooper Flag." They were excited. I was like, I would be excited too.
Well,
I would. But
we
you
talked
never
about
know
that.
how that lottery ball is gonna drop.
We talked about that. And me personally, as a fan, I would love to see Cooper Flag rolling on to the old Charlotte Hornets, bro. Put him in the East. Put him with
And I
Melo.
heard,
Put him with Miller. Put him with Miles Bridges and the Mike Williams kid from Duke, another Duke kid, and let that team go. Michael Jordan, let's see what you got. As an owner and a GM, you got all that talent because you was a great player, but you are a piss poor owner, GM, decision maker, whatever. And that's another day and another note. But I'm just saying, like, give Charlotte some hope, give Michael Jordan some hope, and don't put him on Utah with Danny Ainge doing all that tanking and all that first round grabbing. Don't bail that sucker out. BYU is already grabbing the kid that is the player of the year. Like I see all that going down in BYU and that Utah talent. I
mm-hmm.
think you brought that up too about that kid a segment or two ago. Yeah, bro, I
Yep.
don't like that Utah Jazz because it's Jazz and it rhymes with you know what.
I never liked the Jazz, man. All the way back to Karl Malone. I don't like the Jazz. I don't
The
fool with the
pick and
Jazz, man.
roll.
I don't want to hear nothing about it. So, but yeah, man. Good luck to all the teams this weekend. I'm gonna enjoy watching the games. Be parked on my couch, checking it out. Thankful for this last weekend of college basketball, and we're gonna get set up for the next few weeks leading up to the draft, NFL draft.
And before we get to that though, we either gonna be celebrating or we gonna be talking about the funeral of the Cougs, and you gonna be putting on your Wanye cap if they lose. So it's gonna be interesting to see what that happens. But I'm going for the Cougs. Good luck, H Town bound. And I want to see them do what they do, but the SEC is in full effect. So anybody but Duke win this thing, and B. Wright is a happy man.
Okay.
But
Well,
yes,
hopefully we can make it be Saturday and eliminate Duke's chances of winning the championship. Hopefully. Yeah, man.
we appreciate all the followers, the supporters, and everyone that's been tapping in, giving love and
Yes.
support, and
Yes.
giving
Feedback. Keep
feedback.
it coming. We hear you. We hear you. I hope you see that we applying those things. Um, we want to make it entertaining for you.
Straight up, we here. You call, we pick up. But yes, third edition. Glad to be on. Until next time, enjoy yourself. Be blessed. And one love, my man Sideshow. Good luck, Cougs. Keep it 100.
Go Cougs. Go Cougs.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.